Welcome back to our final episode. Today we'll be talking about a couple other important characters that we haven't mentioned, and then we'll end with a conclusion. While most of the main utopian desires stem from Eric, Charles, and Trask, there are other many important characters in the recent films. Perhaps the most prominent and well-known X-Men character is Wolverine. He's been featured in every single X-Men installment so far, and he's a character that possesses animal-like prowess and the ability to heal from normally fatal wounds. In the movie Days of Future Past, Wolverine volunteers to go back in time. Wolverine is approved by Xavier and other mutants for a couple different reasons. First and most explicitly noted, Wolverine is basically immortal. He has regenerative powers and has the ability to withstand really immense physical strain. He also ages significantly slower than other people. This is important because going back in time would kill a normal person if it was more than, say, a couple weeks. This is because going back in time in the film has a tremendous drain on someone's physical body. Moreover, Wolverine has been alive for over 100 years, so while he might look like a man in his 20s, he has the knowledge and experience of someone much older. A final and often overlooked element is the fact that Wolverine doesn't really have a vision of how he wants the future to look. This is in stark contrast to characters like Magneto and Xavier. This is important because Wolverine's goal is simply to stop Mystique's murder of Trask, and not necessarily press any utopian desires onto others. Sending someone like Xavier might be an okay choice, if not for his physical limitations, but then again his desire for peace, his utopian desire, and his close relationship with Mystique might have limited his overall effectiveness in stopping the assassination. So, speaking of Mystique, she also plays an important role in the most recent installment. Obviously, the murder of Trask is what causes the Sentinel program to launch. So, Mystique wants to kill Trask because he imprisons and experiments on many mutants, including herself. Trask treats these mutants like animals in spite of their immense power. In the grand scheme of things, Mystique seems to share similar views as Magneto in terms of how he wants the future to look. So they both want mutant superiority. Even in the most recent film, we see her treat mutants much differently than humans. She certainly shows very little sympathy to humans in the film, and even murders a couple of relatively innocent people near the beginning. Overall, her outlook resembles that of Magneto, as stated, but her background also is very similar to Magneto in the sense that she feels as though humans don't understand mutants, and she doesn't really like human nature all that much. It should be noted though that Mystique is less expressive about how she wants the future to look, and she more follows Magneto in terms of her vision for the future of mutant superiority. So a couple closing thoughts. So the X-Men universe is one that's very complex. Two of the most noteworthy mutants, Xavier and Magneto, have very separate ideas of how they want the future to look. When we look at Xavier, we see someone that envisions a future of peace between humans and mutants, and Magneto is obviously quite the opposite. Apart from these two views, Trask and other humans want humans to be superior and fear because they fear mutants. As we mentioned, these desires for power clash in the X-Men movies, and they're never truly resolved. Maybe at the end of each movie, but there's always new movies. So, I guess in summary, while a utopian desire may look great on the surface, as we see in the X-Men movies, they can often be very problematic in nature. So, thank you so much for joining us. It's been a blast talking about the X-Men series. To Dr. Aguirre, thank you so much for an awesome quarter. It's been great getting to know or understand utopian desires more. And thank you for letting us undertake this project. Yeah.